Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back. And if you're new here, don't be afraid to press the subscribe button and tap the bell notification so you'll know whenever new analysis and more content is up on this channel. But I wanted to talk about something. Considering 12 Strong, the newest war film, is coming into theaters this weekend, I figured it'd be a good time to analyze not only one of my favorite war films, but one of my personal favorite films, and that is Mel Gibson's Hacksaw Ridge. You know, there's a lot of stuff that can be taken with Hacksaw Ridge. You know, it's a powerful story for those of you who haven't seen it, about a gentleman named Desmond Doss who managed to save 72 people's lives in the Battle of Hacksaw Ridge without firing a gun and without killing anybody. It's a pretty miraculous story, and there's a lot to be gleaned from it. The thing I take about it, though, is when I analyze this film, of course, there is the upfront surface stuff about not being afraid to go in a different direction when everybody else is fighting against you. But the biggest thing that I analyze and I take away from Hacksaw Ridge is twofold, and it's the fact that Hacksaw Ridge stands as a point and shows not only the battle within an individual, but it also shows the battle that a person has to deal with when they are going up against the rest of the world. Now, of course, I realize that this might be obvious for some of you, but for those listening who may not have the same opinion about it, let me just quickly explain what I mean. You see, in Hacksaw Ridge, Desmond Doss, he not only has to deal with the Battle of Hacksaw Ridge with the bullets and the blood and the fighting and all of that stuff coming at him, but before that, in the boot camp scenario, he has to deal with his recruiter, and he also has to deal with his bunkmates. And that was very difficult for him, and it showed in the film that Desmond Doss really went through a trial of his faith. Now, how many of us have actually gone through that same kind of situation? Maybe we're not religious, maybe you're not religious, maybe it's not necessarily a trial of your faith, but how many of us have had a personal struggle against ourselves, or have had a personal struggle with the outside world because we share a different opinion about things, or we think we're not good enough, or what have you? I mean, I know for me personally, there are many times in my life where I felt like I was alone, like the world was coming against me, and I had to really stick my heels in the mud and go after it, and go after my dreams, and go after what I personally want. And then I took a look at Hacksaw Ridge to see the bullying and the cruelty and the blood and the warfare that is thrown against Desmond Doss, and it really makes me think that is a perfect representation of what the world and what our own personal demons can feel like sometimes. There are many times in our lives where we feel like it's a never-ending torment, never-ending whirlwinds that will come against us, but we just had to dig our heels in the mud, like I've already said, fight on, and hold true to our beliefs, because in all honesty, if we let them win, if we let our mind win, if we let the people who don't believe in us win, if we let all of them win, then we won't be able to accomplish anything we set our mind to. And unfortunately, I'm sure I'm not the only one who has seen that many times in today's society. People compare themselves to others. They look at the world around them and they just say, well, I don't have as big of a following, I'm not impacting as many people, I'm not reaching out, I'm not really getting anywhere with the dreams that I want, so I think I'll just give up. I think I'll just hunker down because it's just too much. And that really saddens me, because there's so much in this life to accomplish. There's so much to get done. We only have one life, and me personally, I like to live my life in such a way to where I believe I'm never gonna die, so I can accomplish everything I set my mind to. And Hacksaw Ridge is one of those films that just reaffirms my beliefs that no matter how powerful your mind may be, and no matter how awful the torment against you may be, it is something worth living for if you can fight off those torments and go after 110% what you want to do in life. And you know, at the end of the day, it's more than likely going to be worth it, because you could have the ability to impact a lot of people's lives. But at the end of the day, guys, what my thoughts on films and my analysis on films, it's not really what matters here. What matters most is your opinions, what you have to say. Because I can say what I had to say, but if you say something important, if you just leave a comment down below, we can start a conversation and we can start talking about these topics. And that, in my opinion, is what is most important. Getting conversations out there, talking about the importance of film, talking about how films have changed people's lives, talking about the messages of film. So whatever your thoughts may be on Hacksaw Ridge or anything that I've talked about so far, leave them in the comments section below. Thank you for all the thoughts that you give. You guys are amazing. Thank you for showing up. I'll see you next time, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.